Merry Christmas Eve, soul family. I wanted to show you one thing, and it led to a bunch of different things. So I'm going to show you what I've been thinking about today on this very important day. This bedspread is what I got yesterday. Let me move these. There's reasons I still have these things here and this plastic bag. I couldn't move the bag because Saphira loves it. She was having fun, so can I move it now? Okay. All right, that'll make the presentation a little nicer. So I was just thinking about how I've been asking for snow. That's me, the little painted pony. My deer are everywhere. I'm looking at this and I'm realizing I couldn't understand. My friend painted it for me and I thought, but she's got black hair and green eyes because she's my mom. I am the mermaid. I literally have this mermaid painted on my body with a belt like that and a necklace, but my mother wore pearls. I have the bracelets, and this one's got a big gaudy ring, which my mother would have worn, so she's with me everywhere. And what I'm wanting to talk to you about is this bedspread. I got this yesterday at the Goodwill. I almost didn't get it because it was $25. Oh, for her bid, right? But I kept looking at it and I thought, God, it's something like Mom had. And it looks like the ones from the White Lace Inn in Sturgeon Bay. When my mom died, the first thing that happened was Spirit sent me to Wisconsin. Now they would have had me think, or maybe I just believed that I was going there to see this guy that I had met online a couple of years before. We'd been writing to each other. And when I moved there, I had had all kinds of dreams, and I had seen where I was going to be living. I had seen this person's mother. I'd seen his bandmates. I'd seen my apartment. And I didn't move to the apartment for 6 months after I got there, but I saw all of this stuff ahead of time. So Spirit showed me what was coming. I didn't understand what they were showing me, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, years later, when that guy's Uncle Phil, when we had a conversation one night, and I said to him, what was the point of all of this? Like, why did Spirit have me go through all of this with him? And he said, it wasn't about him. He was just a catalyst to bring you to us. And I realized that I lost my mom. And my mom and I've always loved my mom, and I know she's always loved me and always was proud of me, but we had a rough relationship. We were very different. I was very much like, I guess, my birth father, who she wasn't thrilled with. I didn't relate to her. I was more like my grandma, and she didn't get along with my hero, my grandma. Just like my daughter and I have this rough relationship, and I love her. I love her. And I know that inside she loves me. But we've got this generational curse that has, I said to my daughter, it needs to end with us. Trey can't go forward with this. We need to end this because my grandmother and my mother died not speaking to each other. They hadn't spoken in 10 years when my grandma died. It broke my heart, and I know it broke my mom's heart. So when my mom died, she showed up in so many different ways. I had my massive awakening, and I went to Wisconsin, and I was given another family. My Mama Sherry and my Papa Terry and my Uncle Phil. That's what that guy got me over there for. My soul family. Spirit says when something is taken from you, you are given back equal in measure or better. And my mom died. It was horrible. And my stepfather had come in and out of my life a bazillion times. But I got an entire family. They adopted me. This is my mom's Christmas tree. And this is a little pendant that I bought for myself. Crazy lace agate. At my bestie in the Westie, Diane's store, Door County Traders. I talk about it all the time. It's my favorite antique store. Spirit absolutely sent me to her. She was my first bestie, first person to have met, and it was all designed by Spirit the way it unfolded, and she's remained one of my best friends. And I've realized that I've got several best friends. The ones that I left behind when my old life ceased to exist, when I went on my spiritual path, the friends that were removed out of my life, and it was hard, and I tried to hold on to them, I was given back new best friends, and they're in line with me. They are on my path, and we resonate. We're vibrating on the same frequency, and they're amazing. Serenity, Cindy, Diane, Erica, Ella, I have certain people that were brought to me at specific times, and Lisa, and gosh, they're just, I just think about these ones. They'll probably pop in and out of my head, but these ones are standing out right now. Whatever spirit takes away, they give back in equal measure. This Christmas tree is here, and instead of what should be right here, my Mama Sherry gave me a beautiful silver angel. And I loved it. I cherished it. I wore it. But one winter when I went home, I had it pinned on my coat because I always wore it when I went back. And I was late for the airplane to get back to, and Uncle Phil and I were running. It was always Uncle Phil that was taking me. And I was running, and they made me take everything off and blah, 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 blah. And by the time I got into the airplane, my pin was gone. And I cried and cried and cried because my Mama Sherry gave me that pin, but I know that my mom brought me that pin. I'm sitting here looking, because I've been going to the Goodwill. You know I love the Goodwill. I get everything at the Goodwill. My mom told me everything that was stolen from me, and I had everything stolen from me. And I mean everything, if anyone knows my story. She says, I'll bring everything back to you, but it'll be better. And she has. You guys laugh at me, but I'm telling you, I put my order into the Goodwill, and my mom delivers it there. I would really like to have this. And what I get is similar to something that I'd had that was stolen, but it's better. And I love the fact that I get it at the Goodwill, because my grandma, everything my grandma had was probably from a secondhand store, a thrift store. She had a lot of money, but it didn't matter. She was supporting a family, and she wasn't ostentatious, and it was fun for her, and it was fun for me. And maybe it was just a habit that was hard to break growing up in the Great Depression, right? She just couldn't see going and spending all this money on items that she knew she could get that were perfectly wonderful at a secondhand store. And I grew up with her and my Auntie Elaine thrifting, and it's my life. I love it. I love it. I ran antique stores in Canada, and they were very profitable. I would love to have a store like Diane's. I've said that a million times. I wish that I could buy a shop and run it with her, or have a shop like that of my own. It's like the most favorite thing to me. I would see something, and it would be my new favorite thing. And I would think, oh, I can't get rid of this. I can't sell this. So then I would take it home and put it in my house. And then something else wonderful would come in. And then finally I would allow myself to trade things out. But right now, this house is so packed. People laugh when they come to my home. If you see my office, it's amazing. But they say it's like a wonder emporium. It's like going into a time capsule. And then new things. There's so many things to look at, but they all mean something to me. Like this that's hanging on the wall. That was a belt, butterfly. And that little glass, this. Oh, there's so many stories. There's just stories behind everything. So I decided I was going to looking for something specific at the Goodwill. And I saw this first off, and immediately I was like, oh my gosh, this looks just like Mom's. I love this. And so I wasn't going to get it because it was $25, and I thought, oh, I've got enough bedspreads. And then I thought, oh, for God's sake. And then that wasn't me. That was my grandma, because that was her expression. Oh, for God's sake. Just get it. So I got it. And when I came home, I realized that the turquoise pillows that are here with my other sets, these pillows were from my boho camper. Remember my little trailer that I love so much? And I decorated it with these boho style pillows. They match it perfectly. And what you see... These are this is my mom's pin. No, I think Diane gave me that. My bestie in the Midwest gave me that. And then I got this one, the dragonfly, which was my version. And then over here, these were my mom's, all of these. These were a few of the items that I was holding on to, so they weren't stolen when all my things were stolen. So they mean something to me. And I thought to myself, and then this matches it even. It's like, I know my mom's gone shopping with me. I know she has, because she's so good at color coordinating things. And she knew that everything would match. I want to show you over here. This is my dream. I've always dreamed of having a cabin like this. I said I would love to have a cabin in the woods. And I went to my secondhand store, Savers in California, and it was sitting there. And I thought, that's what I'm getting. This pin was my mother's. This I got in remembrance of my mom and my Auntie Elaine, because they always had this beautiful English china, and she's my angel. And you saw that this was my gift from my best friend Serenity, and this gift from my best friend Cindy. there's so many memories and so many messages in this room. And then yesterday when I got the matching, this is all in here. All of my room is piled up with stuff right now because this is on my patio for my cats and it's pouring rain. This was my grandmother's bracelet. It's just junk jewelry, but it's really important. And this is my mom. It looked like my mother liked everything whitewashed. And she sleeps in here. And then I got this beautiful yesterday. I just love it. Everything that you see in here, absolutely everything that you see in here, except for these 2 deer and this and that lamp, and my gifts, of course, is from the Sedona Goodwill. And I'm proud of it and I love it. And it makes me think of my Auntie Elaine. It makes me think of my grandma. And I was trying to figure out, I was going to the Goodwill and I was trying to find hats for the winter and I couldn't find anything good, nothing. And I couldn't find any good coats either. And the other day Spirit said, it's time to go through and declutter and it's time to organize. And so I was opening up boxes and pulling things out. And I found my winter coats, all of them. And they're beautiful and I love them. All from the secondhand store. I love them so much. And today I found my hats. And now I understand why I couldn't find any hats at the Goodwill, because I was supposed to have these hats. And I don't know what to wear. I was like, what hat do I wear today? My first one was this one. This one, actually, I got in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. It's probably one of my favorite hats. And then this one, most of them I got either in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, or here at Savers, right? Or Savers at the Goodwill. I love this one. I love this. This happened when the very first snow, when I lived on Lipton Drive, the house that my mom said I deserved to have, and so I got it the next day. I was wearing this hat when Bea and I played in the snow for the first time. And then this one I just love because it's purple. I love purple. And I thought, what do I wear today? Well, purple doesn't match. And I thought, what I need to wear is, I coordinate what I want for me. And I thought, this is me. This is who I am. I've always been the cat, right? So I thought, all right, today, even though it's not blue, and the fact that I found out that I am the reindeer. I always have collected reindeer, and I wondered why and who Rudolph was, and I've realized it's me. I'm Rudolph. I'm the strange one. I'm the different one. And I embrace it and I love it. The main thing that I wanted to talk to you about is it's raining right now. I don't know if you can see outside, and it's raining, but we are having snow. I've called in the snow. It's coming. It's coming either Monday or Tuesday. And I thought about what the snow is like. It's like death. And when there's the death of the old, the snow covers it all. All the leaves fell off, right? And then the snow covers it and it's fresh and clean and it's a brand new beginning. And I thought about when my mom died. Her life on this planet was done, but she's with me all the time. And from that death, I was given a new family. And so I started thinking about things that you learn and forgiveness and things that are done to you. If you walk through my house, I'll walk with you. You'll see my mother everywhere. Everywhere I go, my mother is with me. There's so much of my mom with me. There's so much of my grandmother with me. This is so my mom. And it's me. I'm the reindeer, right? But that's my stepdad that raised me. He cut me out of his life many, many times. He's dealing with a lot of pain of his own. And I found him yesterday. And I realized that the death of the old is let go of the past. And when the snow comes on Tuesday or Monday, everything's going to be washed clean again. And all you remember when people pass. My mom and I had some rough times, but all I remember is how much I love her, how wonderful she is, and that she's my best friend in spirit with my grandmother. So my dad, he raised me, and there was a lot of things that weren't great, but there was a lot of wonderful things. And he taught me to be honorable. He taught me loyalty. He taught me to be a really hard worker. There's a lot of things he taught me, and I prided myself on I wanted to be everything he wanted me to be. And I guess that's the problem, as I've always wanted to be everything that I was supposed to be, instead of just being me. And so I forgive my dad, and I forgive the ones that have hurt me, and I forgive myself for spending so much time trying to be what everybody else wanted me to be. I like being me. This is my year. And I look around at my house, it's super cluttered with all of these things. And look what my mom gave me yesterday. An angel. Isn't she precious? My mom actually bought me one just like that from the same company, and it was all shopping bags. And I said, Mom, that's you. But no, that's her. That's my mom. That's my angel. And so I've got all my stuff. Everywhere I look, I know when my mom goes shopping with me. This is from Diane. I know when my mom shows up. I know when my grandma shows up. But don't you notice a theme in my house? Deer. Everywhere. And the deer are me. Me. It's me. And I am a product of everyone that came before me. And I thank them for their lessons. And this is my grandma. Canadian Moose. Moose says, you know, you are your own inner authority. I've recognized too that ever since I began celebrating Christmas, and it hasn't been very long, having been raised as a Jehovah's Witness, I've always had a little live tree. One day I will plant this tree in my own yard, at my own property, and I will decorate it outside. That's my plan. So as the snow falls on Sedona, I'm letting go of everything from the past. Absolutely everything. And it's going to be a brand new beginning yet again. And I'm sure I'll have more messages and more lessons next year. But for now, it's all about peace. These were my mom's. This was my mom's. Her pointer finger got broken. Look at mine. Spirit said I'm supposed to pull a card. So let's go. I don't know. I think I'll go in my room with my babies. My room is extremely peaceful, especially because I have so many babies. Hi, baby. On the radio yesterday, somebody said, do you think it's ridiculous to buy presents for your pets? And this man came on and he said, I spent $900 on Black Friday. He goes, I got several really big cat trees and this for my dog and da-da-da-da. And the guy goes, that's ridiculous. And I said, oh my God, no, it's not. And why didn't I think of Black Friday? Why didn't I get my cat trees then? I need extra tall cat trees because I've got 6 cats. And when you love your family, they got to go somewhere, right? I mean, look at my room. I mean, I don't normally have my patio furniture here, but I got these here. And some people would think, well, that's kind of, yucky in your bedroom. No, it's not, because it's their bedroom and it matters, right? I'm super excited. My daughter got me these before I give you the card. My daughter's not talking to me right now. She hasn't spoken to me in a year. She's gone through a lot in her life and she's got a lot of hurt inside of her and she's mad at me and I don't know why. But Spirit said they're going to fix it. These are really neat. They're kind of cheaters. I'll show you. I'm super excited that I found them. I like chunky high boots, right? And I always like those big socks. But when you've got chunky boots on, you don't have any room in there for the socks. So she says, Mom, check this out. She got me a pair in cream and a pair in black. You just put it in like that, and then you roll it down over top of the boots, and it looks like you've got these big lumberjack socks. It's super cute, so I'm glad that I found these. Anyway, okay, here we go. This is from my daughter. I've kept it since 2 years ago. It was on one of my presents. Isn't it amazing? It's a deer. It's me. Rudolph, the strange one. And I have a red nose from crying right now, and I know that that's okay. Okay, so this is from the Wisdom of the Oracle. 3 shuffles, Spirit says. I love my new bedspread, P.S. And I have, I didn't tell you one thing. The blanket that's underneath it, it's this beautiful, really soft material from the Goodwill. It's a duvet cover. And what I didn't realize, or maybe I just forgot, is the blanket that's underneath it was my mom's. This soft pink satin blanket was the blanket that my mom had when she passed. This was in her room. And I don't care how snagged it gets, it's staying with me. And I realized this morning, oh my gosh, it's in here with this. That's how I know she went shopping with me. I know she does. My mom loved to shop. I hated shopping. I liked thrift stores, but I hated shopping. And she would torture me. One summer, at the end of summer for Christmas, she spent, and this sounds like, now it doesn't sound like anything because it costs so much to buy clothes, right? But she spent $3,000 on my little sister and I for our school clothes. And I was like, oh my God, Mom, it's ridiculous. Okay, I like this. Like I would choose really simple cotton little, beach clothes. And I would pick one and she would buy one in every color. My mom was very poor growing up and it was important to her. She married a multimillionaire, my stepdad, and she just never wanted us to go without. I never felt, it wasn't that she was spoiled. She didn't, so many things you look at differently in the hindsight, There it is. Oh my God, Orphaned. Don't anybody ever feel orphaned. Don't anybody ever feel left out in the cold. There's double emphasis on this card. The number is 5. It's a sense of loss. It's identity crisis. It's realizing I don't fit in. I don't belong. Right? It's being uncertain about where I belong and what my place is and what am I supposed to say and what am I supposed to do. So we're all meant to have connections with family, with friends, with neighborhoods. That's one thing I don't like about this place that I'm in. I miss my neighborhood. I like my neighbors. I've got a little old neighbor across the street and my friends across the other side. I miss a neighborhood, right? It's important to recognize when being a part of something is essential to being apart, separate. So the issue right now is about where do you fit? Where do you belong at this time? Spirit wants us to be true to ourselves, to our own belief, to our own sense of honor, to our own moral code. Not the moral code of the church that you got raised in. Your moral code. This isn't right to me. This doesn't feel right to me. Then it isn't right to you. This feels right to me. Spirit says we spend far too much time thinking and far too little time feeling. So how do you feel? You might be feeling confused. You might be trying to figure out where you belong or why I don't identify with the community or the people or the religion or the people I grew up with, right? Why don't I fit? Because you're probably going through another awakening, right? And Spirit's upgrading you. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. Who wants to fit in? I'm going shopping like this today. Well, I might fit in because I saw this gentleman yesterday wearing a big Santa shirt and I said, damn it, I forgot my reindeer. And he goes, oh, for God's sake, go home and get them. It's the season. And I thought, you're right. I like that man. Right? Now that's somebody that I felt comfortable with. Other people might have looked at him and thought, what a weirdo, right? Who cares? So about relationships, maybe it's about growth. Maybe it's about disappointment. Maybe it's about being hurt by other people. Yeah, right? The people that have hurt you. You know what? Understand. It's the end of the year. Let it go. Whoever hurt me, I forgive whatever you did. And I forgive myself for trusting who I shouldn't. And forgive myself for blaming myself for not knowing better until I learned my lessons, right? For me, it's always been chasing a man. They would what is it called? Gaslight me. Love bomb me. And I would think they really, really cared about me. And then they would take off because what they wanted me to do was chase them. Fuck that shit. I'm over it. I'm finally learning. My own stepfather, my son, my twin. It's been a pattern my whole life. And it wasn't that I went desperately running after these guys. They love bombed me. And I honestly believed, wow, they really liked me. My problem was I didn't feel good enough. Well, now I know I am, and I have finally learned that lesson. So I forgive myself, right? For having taken this long to learn this lesson. So have you been hurt by others? Have you been not provided for by your family or by your friends or by your boss? Are you drifting away from relationships because you're in a different stage of your personal growth? That's okay. Is it discouraging? Is it upsetting? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard as hell when your best friend is no longer your best friend. When your own dad walks away from you, right? When your own son and daughter walk away from you, what are you going to do? Chase them? No, but I can love them. I'll send them love and wish them well, right? So maybe it's belongings. I lost everything. Everything has been taken from me several times, but the last time, everything was stolen, and it was rough. It was rough. I still am crushed. My grandmother's wedding ring, my mother's ashes were in that place that were stolen. Everything in my entire storage unit was stolen. It's insane. Like, how does that kind of stuff happen to people? My daughter's old boyfriend's mother backed a moving van up to my house when I was in Wisconsin and loaded 3 times all of my precious antiques. And when the neighbor said, "What's going on here?" they said, "Oh, she's having us, she's gone to Wisconsin and she's having us pack things up for her." And so they watched as all of my things were taken. Crazy, right? So you don't need to feel left out. Spirit knows you. Spirit loves you, and Spirit's going to bring you what you deserve, because as I said, every friend that I thought was a friend, they really actually, and at the time maybe they were, but I was in a completely different place in my life, and I will tell you that the people that have been brought into my life instead are fucking phenomenal. And I wouldn't trade them for $1 million. And I am blessed by them for sure. So this is a reminder that you can't be all things to all people, right? You can't. You're not going to be popular with everybody. And that has got to be okay with you. It's got to be okay that you can't please all people all the time and they don't like everything you say all the time. Some of my clients get mad at me when I have to deliver a message. I have a very regular client that I consider a friend. It's been about 3 years she's been my client. And I had to hammer some message down to her. And I said, "You're not going to like this. And I know you're going to be angry at me. And I got to tell you, I don't care. I do care that this is going to hurt you, but I am the messenger. You don't shoot the mailman for delivering your divorce papers. But the fact of the matter is, Spirit wants you to know this. And I know that you don't agree with this is what you're doing, but Spirit says that you are doing this. And you've been doing this again and again and again. And that's what they've said to me. And I had to freaking listen to it. And I had to realize, you know what? Just because that's your twin soul doesn't mean that you need to chase him. You don't need to chase anybody ever again. Because if somebody loves you, they will come to you. But no one will come to you in that way until you know that you deserve that. So, right now, at work, with friends, with your family, whatever it is about your mission, whatever it is about your path, whatever it is that you authentically have to offer, Spirit says, do that. You will attract abundance by being you, by being authentically truthful. And to hell with what other people think. You're going to only shine like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when you are truly yourself. Man, do you know that when I was a little girl, I wasn't allowed to have any Christmas stuff, right? Because we were Jehovah's Witnesses. My parents were away that weekend, and a friend was babysitting me. And I got asked to sing at the Christmas concert. My family were Welsh, and we sing. We love to sing. I've always loved to sing. And what I was supposed to sing was Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell ring and jingle bell swing. I don't know all the words because I wasn't allowed to learn it. Snowing and blowing, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I heard it the other day and I started crying and I started singing it out loud. I'm going to find the words and I'm going to sing it. My girlfriend's going to come here for Christmas. I'm going to look up the words and we're going to sing it. Jingle Bell Rock. But I wasn't allowed to do it, right? I wasn't. But now I can. And now I realize why that song has always been so important to me and why Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer has always been so important to me. Because I am the one that's always been different. I was plucked right out of a star and planted into my family. I'm a Lyran starseed. I'm a cat. I've always been a cat. And if you think that's strange, that's not my problem. But the fact of the matter is that's why I didn't fit in my family. Because I'm a freaking starseed. I'm very different. Very, very different. And I've been meeting, and my friend Serenity, oh my God. I mean, I am connecting with Lyrans left, right, and center. If Rudolph could have been a cat, she would have. So, for this one, stay in your own lane, right? Stay in your own lane doing your own thing. Don't try to fit into anybody else's area. Maybe you need to stay apart right now because maybe there is something in your life that is threatening your sanity, threatening your sense of well-being. Sometimes we do need to separate from others, right? Maybe you're at that place. Right now, Spirit says, be very careful about creating or forming family situations based on negative past history. Be very, very careful about that. It's about wounds that we need to look at. We need, instead of trying to heal wounds, you continue. Remember I said the crisis that's been happening with my family for centuries? It needs to stop. It can't continue with my grandson and his family. My grandson loves his mother so much. I loved my mom too. And my daughter loved me too until she was molested. And my mother was molested too. That seems to be the family history. I was too, but for some reason I did it differently. You can choose to be a victim. You can choose to become the bully, or you can choose to freaking look at what it is and decide, I'm not gonna let that keep me down. My grandmother was molested. It's a whole fucking thing of molestation that's done this to our family. No one will touch my grandson. He's a crystal child and he is protected. No one will touch that little boy, because this crisis in my family needs to stop with me, with my daughter. So don't create family units because you're trying to bury old wounds. Let the wounds come to the surface so that you can heal them, so that you can release them. Not all families are dysfunctional. Not all relationships are dysfunctional and disloyal. There's going to be someone that's not going to disappoint you. Someone that's going to trust you. And someone that you can trust. So don't base your decisions and push away love because this has been done to you. We're supposed to learn. We're supposed to move forward. It's a time to address any unhealthy alliance. I've addressed it. I've recognized, oh my God, I've watched it. And there's been a pattern between me and men. And every one of them, at the time, somebody said to me, come on, he could get anybody. And every one of those guys came to me, but then they ran. And I didn't know anything about players. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. I was a good girl. Right? I trusted and I thought that they were loyal, and when somebody said something, they meant it. But I have chosen these men. It must have something to do with my family history, but fucking the buck stops here, man. Not doing that again. Not doing that again. No more chasing. I swear to God, no more chasing. So, for you, in a healthy way, it's time to recognize your patterns. It's been smacked right in my face. And I don't mind embarrassing myself publicly if somebody else understands the message that's taken me 57 years to learn. I am good enough. I never again need to feel orphaned, because the dad that walked away from me, I have a father that will never be replaced. And anything that multimillionaire dad could have given me, my father can give me better. And it isn't about stuff. As you can see, I have great delight in the things that I have that I get for $3 and $5. I'm actually proud of it because it makes me think of my grandma. I love treasure hunting. And I will find a treasure in a man, and the man will find the treasure in me, and I don't have to go beat down his door to fucking find him. He's going to find me. Spirit's going to bring it together because of the vibration that I send out. And this is the lesson that I learned on my 57 year. And somebody keeps following me. They come back as different people, different names, but it's the same person every time. And I always know right before I block them, the last thing they say right before I block them for not respecting my boundaries is, you are self-absorbed. And I know it's the same person. Well, you know what? Spirit is telling me I have not been self-absorbed enough. I have not loved myself enough. And so all I said to him was, go away. Because I don't need to take on your dysfunction. I am not self-absorbed. I am just learning to love myself enough. So thank you for the final lesson of this year. I hope. From now on, I just want it to be fun until the end of the year. I send you love and well wishes. And when it snows, I'll share that with you guys. My name is Sherry because I share. I'm meant to share. It's my job. And I'm a Lyran Starseed reindeer. And if you think I'm a freak, join my team. Love you.